We always had chicken for breakfast instead of lunch.
Like, what time was breakfast?
Huh?
What time would you have chicken for breakfast?
I don't know. Normally, we ate chicken because people live in the farm. They work hard and they have a big breakfast instead of waiting till supper time.
But what time would breakfast be? Like 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Huh.
And my mother would go put on the tea kettle for the hot water, and then she'd go out and pick up a chicken and wring its head off.
Oh, yeah, that's what you were telling us.
Huh?
You were telling us how she killed the chickens.
And it flopped around all over the yard, and then she would take the feathers off and get it ready, and we had it for breakfast.
Wow. How did she cook it?
Fried chicken.
Yeah. With batter, like Kentucky Fried Chicken?
No, like cornmeal, and mix up some cornmeal and flour,
Mm-hmm.
and then just roll each piece in that batter and then fry it. It was good.
Deep fry or just in a frying pan?
In a frying pan.
Would
We
it?
didn't have a deep fryer.
Would that still be a good way to cook it? Like if I wanted to make it at home?
Huh?
Would that still be a good way to cook it if I wanted to make that at home?
Oh yeah.
Ah.
And before, when it gets almost done, why she would, while the grease was hot, and she would pour a little water in to steam it.
The chicken?
Steam, S-T-E-A-M.
Yeah.
And
What did she steam? You mean the chicken after it was fried?
yeah. Yeah.
That made it moist?
While it was still cooking.
Yeah.
She would pour a little water in and put the top on real quick, and that made steam and made the chicken tender.
How long do you cover it for?
Oh, maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, that's a while.
Yeah.
How much water? Like a cup?
I don't think so. Not that much.
Quarter cup?
Yeah, about a quarter of a shot. Yeah.
What would you have with the chicken?
Well, it would have a lot of crust from the chicken, and that went in the gravy, and it made it really tasty.
And then what did she serve with the chicken?
Or just a biscuit and gravy.
No vegetables?
No.
Can you tell the story about riding the horse to, was it to high school?
Yeah. And
That was the other story you were telling when you were at a football game and the principal heard you.
oh yeah. No, in football season, the people that rode the bus had to wait until after they had their practice, and the principal would sit with us, of course, until they got finished with their practice. And people from Colmont were complaining about having to get up so early in the morning to get to school. And
What grade was this?
well, it was high school. I think it was junior year, and when they were complaining, I raised my voice and said, "Well, that's nothing. I get up before daylight and ride a horse 5 miles to catch the bus." So when we had the football banquet, why, the man was making his speech, and he was talking about how important it was for you to get your education, and he brought it out that there's one person there that got up and rode a horse 5 miles to catch the bus in order to get there, and he complimented me for doing that.
Did he say who? Did he say your name?
No. But I knew who he was talking about, and I think others did too. But now the high school has moved from Tracy out to Colmont, where it's the high school is in Colmont now.
Is that closer to where you lived? Or further out?
It's further.
Oh. Where did you hitch the horse?
I left it in Miss Kate Hawk was a friend of my mother, and she lived in Pelham, and I lived in Burris Cove, which was 5 miles from there.
I thought you lived in Pelham.
Well, that was the address, Pelham.
But you didn't live in Pelham?
Well, it was 5 miles from where I lived. I lived in the Cove.
Oh, okay.
But Pelham was the address.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, how far was your house from Georgia Lee's farm?
It was about a little over 5 miles
Oh, it was?
on the other, yeah.
I remember your father had a spittoon.
And what?
A spittoon.
That was terrible. It was terrible.
I remember shucking peas there, too.
Huh?
I remember we used to shuck peas. Like, to get the peas out of the pod.
Oh, yeah. Yeah?
Yeah, when I visited.
Yeah,
Cindy and I did that.
yeah. Well, I remember sitting on my grandfather's porch, and my mother and Aunt Beverly were shelling the peas, and we were, James, my brother, he was there, and they would let us help shell the peas, and he put some peas up his nose
Yeah.
and was scared us, but my grandfather was there and he got it out. I think he got it out with a hairpin,
Ooch.
with a wire hairpin.
Yeah, I bet that hurt.
I don't know. And I remember when I was growing up, my hair was a kind of sandy color, and the sand by the side of the road was kind of a tan color,
Mm-hmm.
and they always called me Claybank.
As a nickname?
Huh?
That was your nickname?
They called me Claybank because we would go bare. We loved to go barefooted,
Mm-hmm.
and would wet the sand enough to make it stick, and we would put the sand over our feet and pat it down. And then when we got it patted down good, we could pull our foot out, and it made like we called it a toad house.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All kinds of silly things.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was fun to play in the sand.
What else did you do for fun when you were growing up?
After a rain, it made we had I called it a branch. It was water flowing between the house and the barn, and we had a foot log,
Mm-hmm.
a big log that was wide enough for us to walk across, to get across, and my father would build a fire in the stove for my mother to make the breakfast, and then my father went to the barn to feed the pigs,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the scraps that were left from the day before went in that slop bucket.
Yeah.
And he took the slop bucket, walked across that foot log to get to the barn to feed the pigs.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some sheep, and the old ram, my brothers had aggravated him till it made him mean. He would chase us.
Mm-hmm.
And when my father was walking across that foot log with a slop bucket full of slop for the pigs,
Yeah.
well, the old ram butted him off
Really?
right in the branch. And he got up and banged him over the head with a slop bucket.
Yeah.
He lost all his slop. And,
What happened to the sheep?
well, he went away.
Did he ever butt again?
No, I don't think so. But he chased us sometimes if you'd see us in the yard. And he chased us, and I think I got behind the screen door,
Yeah.
and he couldn't get to me. But he went right in the house after my sister Georgia Lee.
He went in the house?
Yeah, he went in the house.
Wow.
The door didn't close fast enough.
And he had like horns and everything?
Huh?
He had horns?
Little nubs. They weren't.
Oh, okay.
Long.
Yeah.
And we used to get peanut butter in little buckets with a pail, and they were cute little buckets. And when the mother sheep had babies, we would milk her in these little buckets.
Yeah. Hold on one second.